it's Nelly. Welcome back to my channel. I am back with my last video using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe The Vault Collection palette. If you have been following me for the past week, then you would have already know, or if you're new, then here you go. But I have been doing a makeup tutorial using all four of the palettes. I have already done a makeup tutorial using Armed and Gorgeous. I did a makeup tutorial using Dark Magic. My last video, I did a makeup tutorial using Ring the Alarm, which if you saw that video, it was a hot mess. I was super disappointed in that palette, but I'll have all of those videos linked in the description if you have missed any of them. If you want to go ahead and check them out, I'm going to have them linked in the description. And so today we're actually doing a makeup tutorial using, this is Bling Boss, which is the more purple palette. I'm a little scared for this palette, I'm not even gonna lie, because it is in the same, I don't know, I just feel like I've heard so many reviews about the purple shades and the dark shades performing not so great, and that's what happened in my last tutorial. And this one is full of purples and dark browns and dark reds, so I'm a little scared, I'm not gonna lie. I have no idea what look I'm going for, so we're just gonna go ahead and wing it, and hopefully I come out with something that's somewhat presentable, right? Brows are ready to go, they are done, and my eyelids, I have like food in my mouth, sorry. And my lids are primed. I used the ColourPop concealer to prime them, and I used the setting powder to prime them. I'm gonna start off by taking this shade right here, and this is called Hush Hush, and I'm gonna use this as my transition shade for today's video. So I am just going to apply this using a Luxie 205 tapered blending brush. So good. I'm not getting any patchiness, and the color is blending out pretty smooth and pretty seamless. I'm gonna go in with the shade Sparks, which is this really pretty red shade, and I'm praying to baby Jesus that this performs. I'm taking it with a tapered blending brush from Sigma. This is an E35, and I am going to, I'm going to place this in my crease, and I'm going to start in the outer corner, and I'm going to blend in towards the inner corner and blend upwards towards the brow bone. I'm not going back in with more product. I'm going to just try to blend this one as much as I possibly can before going back in with more product. I haven't gone back in with more product, and so far we're good. Just to make sure that crease is really nice and blended, I'm going back in with a little bit more of Hush Hush to my crease to make sure that there's no harsh edges. I'm gonna go in to the shade Rockstar, which is this really pretty eggplant shade. This reminds me a lot of the Makeup Forever 928 eyeshadow. It's almost the same color. I hope it performs the same, because that Makeup Forever eyeshadow is so bomb. So I am going to take this using a Crown C528, and I'm going to start in the outer corner, and so far that went on really pigmented. And I am going to apply this in the crease, and I'm going to take this all the way to the inner corner and blend it upwards slightly. That's patchy, so I'm going to take a little bit more and see if we can blend the situation that we have going on right now. Okay, I'm going to go back in with a little bit more of the shade Sparks, and I'm just going to buff out those edges because they are looking harsh and a little patchy, but that's okay. We're going to try to blend this with Sparks, and I am using very little product. I don't really want to add, I want to just blend. I'm going to go back in with that same crown brush. I'm just going to dust it off, and I'm going to go in to the shade Mystic, which is this super intense, this one right here. It's a really intense dark purpley brown. I am going to focus this on my crease, so really tight in the crease, like right in here. and slightly blend it upwards, but not too high. I'm gonna take a little bit of the shade Rockstar, which is that really pretty eggplant purple shade that we used in the crease. I switched my brush. I'm using a Sigma E25 this time, and I'm gonna buff this color in the crease just to make everything blend a little bit better. I'm gonna take a little bit more of that first transition shade, the shade Hush Hush, and I am just gonna try to blend this in because I took that purple just a little bit too high. That was my fault. That was not the palette's fault. And I'm just gonna try to blend that edge a little bit so that everything looks really nice and smoothed. I am going to go ahead and take a makeup wipe, and I am going to wipe off the fallout and just really clean up that outer corner so that it looks really nice and crisp. I'm gonna go ahead and take a small, this is a Crown C527 brush, and I'm gonna go in with the shade Bling Bling, and this reminds me of the movie Hot Chick. Bling Bling, you forgot your bling bling. I freaking love that movie.
You forgot your bling bling.
I'm gonna go ahead and take this shade Bling Bling, and I'm actually gonna use this as my brow bone highlight. And I am going to apply it right here. If any color would come off, that would be awesome. I'm going to apply it right here in my brow bone. Go in with some concealer and a concealer brush, and I am going to clean my whole entire lid, kind of creating a cut crease, but not really. I'm going to show you what we're going to do in just a second, but I am just going to first start off by just applying this pretty much all over my entire eyelid. I'm going to go ahead and take that same crown brush, the teeny tiny brush, and I'm going to dip into the shade Gem. This shade right here looks to be such a pretty shade, and I'm going to work this really close to that line that we created with the concealer. So I'm going to start right here in the outer corner, follow the line that we created. So I want the shade just to be a little bit more metallic, so I'm going to go in and wet my brush. And I have like, look at my hair. Do you see that? What is that? I'm gonna go ahead and take the shade Pizzazz, which is this really pretty kind of red tone shade. I'm taking it with my Alamar Ojitos brush, and this is the flat brush. I am going to apply this a little bit lower than that purple shade, but mixing both of those two colors together. So I'm going to apply it right at the edge of the purple shade. So see how I am just lightly blending that in. Now I'm gonna go into the shade Ballsy, which is this shade right here. I'm taking it with that same brush. And now this shade, I am pretty much just going to apply on the areas where I have any empty spaces. I am just going to apply that. I am noticing that a lot of the shimmer shades are a little bit crumbly, like they will crumble, and they're not as pigmented. So I'm going to wet my brush once again and just apply this on the area where I'm missing a little bit of product. I think I'm gonna go in with my finger because this shade is just not performing for me. Okay, I'm gonna take a little bit of Bling Bling and pop this in the center, like right in the tippy center. So I love the way this look is coming out so far, but I do feel like it needs a little bit of a wing liner. So I'm going to very quickly create a wing liner using my the Balm Schwing liquid liner, and then I will be back to finish off the rest of the eyes. Alrighty, so I went ahead and I did my face. It's not done all the way, but I really want to do my lower lash line. I'm going to start off by taking this purple shade, and I am just going to smoke this in the lower lash line and really blow that out under there. I'm going to go into the shade Sparks, and I am also going to be placing that in the lower lash line I'm gonna take Berry Treasure, which is this beautiful shade right here that has some sparkle to it. I'm gonna take it with a flat shader brush, and I am actually going to put this in my lower lash line right in here. And that is a really pretty shade. I am going to take that Bling Bling shade and put it in the inner corner as my inner corner highlight. I'm gonna go ahead and line my waterline using the Makeup Geek Full Spectrum Eyeliner in the shade Orchid. Alrighty, you guys, so this is the finished look. This is everything, and I do really like this look. I love the colors. I don't know, I just really like the way that it turned out. I have my inner corner right here. I don't know if you can see, but the eyeshadows are not sticking to that particular area. Like, my eyes keep crying, so please ignore that. But yeah, anyways, this is it. This is the final look using the Jaclyn Hill and Morphe Vault palettes. I do have to say that this particular palette is very beautiful. It didn't give me a hard time to work with. At first, I thought that the purples were going to give me a hard time to blend, but you have to take it a little bit of product at a time and really take your time blending. Do you need to have more time to blend this with this palette? Definitely. It's not an easy blend, but they do end up blending out really nice. It just started pouring. Oh wow. The thing that I do have to say and kind of complain a little bit about this palette is the fallout. This palette has a bunch of fallout, specifically this shade right here. Look, see, like, I have that glitter shadow everywhere. And if you look closely right here and right here, when I was applying the shadow, it just kept falling and falling and falling. They do have a ton of fallout. Like, my desk is full of fallout. If you are going to be doing your makeup using this palette, definitely do your eyes first and then do your concealer, foundation, and all of that good stuff. At this point, I have tried all of the palettes. I definitely have to say that my top favorite is Armed and Gorgeous. That palette performed really nice for me. And surprise, surprise, my least favorite is Ring the Alarm. It just wasn't doing it for me. I am gonna try again because I really want to make that palette work. Missed any of the 4 uploads? Don't worry, I got you. I'm gonna go ahead and create a playlist so that you can go ahead and watch all 4 of the makeup tutorials if you ever want to come back to them or whatever the case may be. And don't forget to subscribe before you go. Give the video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed, and don't forget to share the video. You guys already know, with your family, your friends, and your loved ones, and everybody on the internet. We are on the road to 100K. We are almost at 100K, and I'm so excited. Until next time, I will see you guys very, very soon with a brand new video. Mwah!